Let's get this rolling. Just give me a second here. Get all set up. But yeah, free agency is underway now. Top UFA remaining: Nikolai Ehlers, All right, we got a bunch of names that already went off the board here today. For looking at it, well, we got a bunch of names that already went off the board last night, which kind of sucked. Marner sign and trade yesterday, for 12 million. It's pretty good for him. I thought he was gonna get a little bit more. Marchand, Ekblad, Benny the other day, all elected to resign and stay in Florida. Bill Zito is an absolute madman for that. I can't believe he got that done, getting all threes. It's pretty crazy. It's really impressive. Marner sign and trade yesterday. For 12 million. It's pretty good for him. I thought he was gonna get a little bit more. Marchand, Ekblad, Benny the other day, all elected to resign and stay in Florida. Bill Zito is an absolute madman for that. I can't believe he got that done, getting all. And we got Tony D signed this morning. We needed that. Let's look into that, how Tony D is going to fit in on the right side now. I actually saw a couple things of how now Darsh may be shopping Scott Mayfield. No one's taking the contract, I'll tell you that, for free. Even though this is the summer, we've seen so many teams get good dumps. I just think the league hates this contract. I don't blame them if they hate this contract, but I just think they do. So I saw a while ago Toronto was possibly interested in him, so it could be a good move if they're able to possibly get that done, which I really don't think so. Not expected to make a decision. Nikolai Ehlers? Are you kidding? That's the other biggest free agent. What are we doing here? If they're able to possibly get that. A little bit of. So now what's gonna happen if Ehlers is electing to take his time? Other teams are gonna move on from him. Possibly making him a little bit cheaper and a good option for the Islanders. I know I was saying last night that I don't really think that they should be super aggressive towards anyone at this moment. After the Romanov deal and everything like that, money could get tight down the line. We need a big contract for Mr. Schaefer in a couple of years. I know that's probably not on the first thing on Darsh's mind, but definitely is for me. There's also like the UFA class next year is insane. So I wouldn't be maxing out a guy like Nikolai Ehlers, wasting all of our cap. I know cap is going to be different next year for us. We got Pajot on the way out and Anders Lee on the way out, but still. And I'm seeing Brock Besser conversation. I want to stay far away from the Brock Besser conversation, so hopefully we don't. That's not something we really do. Going all in on a guy like that today, but it's a possibility. You know, I think Darsh wants to be aggressive. But yeah, so we see how D'Angelo fits in. We got a good puck moving guy. I think he could play first pair minutes 100%. We must have had like 19 points in 30 something games last year. Like he's good hockey. He's good hockey. I know everything else about him, but he's a good hockey player. Especially now with, sorry to get too close. Especially now missing Noah Dobson, one huge hole on the right side, and two, we need that puck moving guy. And D'Angelo did things that Dobson could never even think about doing in his time with the Isles last year. To be honest with you, Dobson was hurt for a little bit, and D'Angelo was just like outperforming him in every which way. I don't really think that they should be super aggressive towards anyone at this moment. After the Romanov deal and everything like that, money could get tight down the line. Yeah, some early thoughts from Dev Camp this morning too. Schaefer might be NHL ready. He looks like he's a step above a couple of the other guys there. You know, I would see him making the team. Another guy who I'm expecting to make the team is Cal Ritchie. I definitely think Cal Ritchie's going to be on that opening night roster. I would like to see what they do with Schaefer, though. It's definitely just PTSD from us rushing prospects in the past, and nothing happens out of them. Dalcol, Nino, just countless other guys, Wally, that we basically killed their development. So it's just, I know Schaefer's a complete different talent than all of those guys, but still, it's just pretty scary. Don't want to rush him whatsoever, but have faith in Darsh and Patty Waugh and see what they want to do, honestly. Had a couple trades go down today too. I think a guy like I think Cal Ritchie has a really good shot at making the team this year. Isaiah George might be a lock for the team. So I mean, it makes that Bachvis contract kind of bad. It makes a couple of guys expendable. I would look at definitely Mayfield, Pelech and Pulak, the glass pair themselves. I think they got no move. Yeah, just no trade clause next year. Pulak's on a modified. That's a possible move you could look into making. Just because I think you want to get George some ice time this year, and you don't want to make it, oh, is it Schaefer or George? I want to give Schaefer all the ice time he wants. I want to take care of him. I don't want to give him any reason to leave. Give him everything he wants. That July 1st or whenever his entry level deal is up, give him a blank check. We want to keep him here. We want to keep him happy. You got Christian Dvorak signing in Philadelphia for one. So that's one big name off of my list right now. And we'll see how he fits in there after I add him in. Let's get to Philly. He's going to fit onto the left wing. It's not going to update right away. So there we go. First one down today. Dvorak signing with Philly. Looks how he adds onto the left side. Yeah, there's definitely some room for improvement here. Just a 1 year, so it's kind of a prove-it deal. We'll have to see what he brings next year for him. But yeah, it just adds in some nice depth for them. Let's see, Dvorak. Who was that? I think you want to give George some ice time this year, and you don't want to make it, oh, is it Schaefer or George? I want to give Schaefer all the ice time he wants. I want to take Christian Dvorak. There we go. Sorry. Spent some time in Arizona, Tucson, then over to Montreal. Solid 30-point guy for them. 23-24. What happened here? I didn't play a full season, I guess, but yeah, solid 30-point guy. Could fit in onto the third line for them probably. Noah Cates is a good young center, so not super young, I guess. Don't hate it for Philly. What's their cap looking like? I think they had a shit ton of cap space. 14. So now they're working with about like 10, 9, 9.7 left. Schaefer was cool this morning. Speaking with a lot of fans. Asking about bacon, egg, and cheeses and stuff. Asking about good spots for pizza. I don't know anything in East Meadow, so I wasn't saying anything. Just told the kid we're happy to have him. Want him here forever. But he was cool. He said he's throwing out the first pitch of the Mets game tonight. Schaefer was cool this morning. Speaking with a lot of fans. Asking about bacon, egg, and cheeses and stuff. Asking about good spots for pizza. I don't know anything in East Meadow, so I wasn't saying anything. Just told the kid we're happy to have him. Want him here forever. But he was cool. He said he's throwing out the first pitch of the Mets game tonight. Get some other stuff. So you got UFA signed to 1 right now. But yeah, this is nothing special. But I would like to see what his last deal was. Just to see how much of a raise he's really going to be getting. Gavrikov, yeah. Gavrikov is looking at 8x8, and I'm hopeful that it's the New York Rangers that give it to him, because that would be hilarious. That would be fucking hilarious. If Gavrikov gets an 8x8, and every Ranger fan ever that shit on the Romanov deal yesterday has to shut their mouth if that happens. I would love for this guy to eat up $8 million of the Rangers' cap space for 8 more years. Also, you want to talk about tampering with Vegas and Mitch Marner? It's basically been a fact that Gavrikov is signing with the Rangers for the past how many months? I saw it before even the playoffs over. Oh, Gavrikov expected to sign with the Rangers, which is just crazy to me. Also, you want to talk about tampering with Vegas and Mitch Marner? I think Granlund's going to get a big deal today. I mean, I have him. I think he's going to go to Carolina. I think Carolina needs him. Yeah, Nate Schmidt's definitely not getting re-signed. They're gonna find another analytical darling and have nothing to worry about. was rushing to get back home for all the signings. Nah, there's gonna be a lot today, but the news definitely, like, we definitely knew the news was gonna dry up once we saw all the guys go yesterday. Like, the Mitch Marner thing was huge. Ivan Provorov was huge. Kuzmenko was huge. Kane even signing was huge. Ekblad and Marchand, you pretty much knew going to be re-signing. See where a guy like Marner fits in here. Okay, Dallas Stars got their coach, Glenn. What's his name? Glenn Gludazon. Heard it recently that they're looking to hire him. I don't know how to pronounce his name though. Where is he from? Seven seasons with Edmonton where the Oilers qualified in the postseason, so he's been on Edmonton's coaching staff. They can't beat him, get their coach, I guess. Also, don't forget the name Isaac Howard. The thing that Islander fans keep bringing up the name Isaac Howard. If his relationship with Tampa Bay soured at the time that Matthew Darche was in Tampa Bay, I don't think it's a possibility that Matthew Darche is going to be trading for him. If he was on Tampa Bay's management crew, and the relationship between Isaac Howard and Tampa Bay's management dwindled. So it's like I don't see us trading for him. He's probably worth like a second round pick, or probably was worth a second round pick at the draft. I don't know if that's what they're going to be looking for anymore. If they want, I mean, next year's draft is pretty stacked, so they could still be looking for it. Yeah, he's a name to look out for today, but I don't think he's going to the Islanders. Oh, and another big name, Jake Allen signed today. I didn't have him up on the board, but yeah, Jake Allen signed. It was like a $4.5 million re-signed with New Jersey. So, I mean, I can't believe that was Edmonton's hope to sign their new starting goalie is Jake Allen. He would just take a backup and take up Picard's spot, honestly. Then you're running it back with Stu as your starter. So I don't think that was a match made in heaven for Edmonton anyways. Kevin Weeks tweeted out being told the Islanders are among potential landing spots for Rittich. So if you do that, does it make Varley expandable? Which I'm okay with. I didn't like Varley last year at all. I don't think any Islander fan liked Varley last year, to be honest with you. He wasn't good, and then he got hurt. I don't think anyone's trading for him, though. Year 3 of 4. I'm fine with just keeping him for another year, and then you move on after that. But is Varley not going to be ready for the season? We kind of need him to be ready as a good backup. Not a good backup, but a backup. He gets back to his play before last season. He's a good backup. Oilers remain a team expected to make a play for Brock Besser. Alright, we'll have to see. To see about that. They don't have much cap space. They wouldn't be alone, though. LA, Boston, Ottawa, and San Jose have double. Oh, he could have double. I thought Brock Besser was getting double-digit offers. It says double-digit suitors. So I think the Islanders will definitely be on this list, but the only bone that they have to throw at him is that he played with Bo Horvat before. I don't want to see them go all in on a guy. Let Richie play this year. We got Heineman. Sip, if we get him back, we get him back. If not, we have a roster. I want this to be more of a transitional year than going all in and taking too much money up for the future. Which I know all I've been saying recently is like, money doesn't really matter anymore because it's only skyrocketing up and up, which is true. But I would hate to see them, be in the right position to land someone huge next season. The list of names, not all guaranteed to hit free agency, but it's Connor McDavid, Jack Eichel, Kirill Kaprizov, just to name 3. I would hate to see them have, be in that position, but then not have the cap space for it, basically. And also not have the cap space to take care of Shifes too, which is something we need to think about in the long term. But yeah, like I said, you got Lee and Pajot probably out. So that's 12 million off the board, which is good. That's definitely enough for maybe a Krill or probably not Ike's, but maybe like a Krill that's enough for. You definitely get some more cap space. I mean, I want to see them sign Holmstrom. I don't want to see them. I thought they received a qualifying offer of like 850K, which is he's gonna be getting. He's not gonna get league minimum. He's gonna get a real deal. So I don't know if they're going to arbitration with that or what's going on, but yeah, hopefully not. I would take care of Homie. That's what I'm saying. Today, like we got 12 million left. Let's get a depth guy or two. Take care of Holmstrom and keep going. Maybe leave 4 million, 5 million on the board. I'm fine with that. Holmstrom's going to be a good guy for the future. Could play first or second line wing. I think he could be a 30 and 30 guy. 30 goals is asking a lot, but maybe a 25 and 25 guy. He has a really good season. He gets up to 70 one year. I think that's kind of the range we're looking for, Holmstrom. Holmstrom's going to be a good guy for the future. Could play first or second line wing. I think he could be a 30 and 30 guy. 30 goals is asking a lot, but maybe a 25 and 25 guy. He has a really good season. He gets up to 70 one year. I think that's kind of the range we're looking for. All right, yeah, they just agreed to tampering on on TSN. Yeah, Long Island just became 100 times more attractive for free agents for trade with Darsh. Yeah, all those rules are gone. Um, yeah, I think we're in an attractive spot. We got a good young pipeline of players coming up. I don't think that it's going to be nobody wants to play in Long Island anymore. I think people are going to want to come here. You see it over and over again. It's not where. It's if it's a good team and a good organization, the players will go there, and that's what we're on our way to doing is making the Islanders a world-class organization. They cleaned house, coming back, and we're gonna be a landing spot place for people. Trades, people are gonna waive no trade clauses to come here. It'll be exciting soon. I don't think it's really this season yet. Another reason they're probably gonna have to overpay for Ehlers and Besser to possibly get them to come here. But in the future, once they see guys like Shapes have a full, I think players around the NHL will watch a full season with Shapes and be like, damn, I want to play with that kid. That's probably what they're saying right now. And a name I want to keep an eye on today, I just saw it pop up, is Bouvillier. I hope Bouvillier comes back to the island. That's my one long shot today. I hope we get Bo back on the island. In the future, once they see guys like Shapes have a full, I think players around the NHL will watch a full season with Shapes and be like, damn, I want to play with that kid. That's probably what they're saying right now. A name I want to keep an eye on today. Just gonna watch some stuff unfold. Like I said, I'm just chilling out here. Appreciate it if you're in here listening. That's my one long shot today. Just have a nice, relaxed day. Talk about Islanders. Talk about anything you guys want. Unfold. Like I said, I'm just chilling out here. Appreciate it if you're in here listening. Just have a nice relaxed day. Talk about Islanders. Talk about anything. I'm excited to see Shapes throw the first pitch today. Corey Perry. I saw Corey Perry talking about Philly. Maybe they went for Dvorak after things weren't going to work out with Philly. That's something to keep in mind on. Trying to fix something really quick. I don't think it's a state tax thing, honestly. If you win 2 Stanley Cups in a row, people are gonna want to play for you. Maybe other teams just start winning Stanley Cups. To be honest. Yeah, I wouldn't mind adding Corey. I not to the Islanders, but I don't think that's a bad signing for any team. Corey Perry, good if you're in need of a depth guy and you're a contender. Like that's a pretty good spot. Pretty good pickup. No, I don't. He's not going to Florida. I wouldn't mind adding Corey. Not to the Islanders, but can't be going to Florida. Hearing Brock Besser is returning to Vancouver. I thought that man hated Vancouver. There's no way. This is not official yet, but this is huge. This is really big. Hearing Brock Besser is returning to Vancouver. I thought that man hated Vancouver. Wow. I mean, that's really something to look at. Wow. This is really big. It's all over, too. 7-2-5 for 7. Wow. Wow. I mean, that's really something to look at. Just got big news over here that Brock Besser's re-signing in Vancouver. 7.25 for 7. Only have it on my free agency stream. Let's go. Just got big news over here that Brock Besser 2.5 for 7. Wow. We're watching a potential situation where Brock Besser's re-signed in Vancouver. 7.25 times 7. Tune in to see if this deal gets done officially. A potential situation where Brock Besser's re-signed in Vancouver. 7.25 times 7. Tune in. Wow. That's crazy news. Good, good. I'm glad that takes him off and we Islanders can go all in on it. Wow, after all that, he could have re-signed yesterday. You kidding? Good, good. I'm glad that takes him off and Islanders can go all in on it. I mean, I'm gonna put it down. I've seen a couple reports on it. I'll edit it if not, but I believe this to be true. Oh, another good deal today was Stankoven, $6 million in Carolina. That's scary good. At the end of that, he might be worth $8 or $9 million. So that's pretty good. Stankoven's a good player. He scored really good playoff goals. He was just the odd man out in Dallas this year. You know, obviously the organization is a lot bigger on Johnston. We saw that. So now, I mean, Vancouver, they're gonna lose Susie today. Yeah, Susie. I mean, Susie's like the biggest free agent on the market right now. They signed Demko yesterday, and now they got Besser coming back. That's pretty good, and they got Garland signed today too. So they made a lot of deals just in the past 24 hours, and where a lot of these, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, Susie. I mean, Susie's like the biggest free agent on the market right now. They signed Demko yesterday, and now they got Besser coming back. That's pretty good, and they got Garland signed today too. So they made a lot of deals just in the past 24 hours, and where a lot of these, wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Oh, 3 for 6.5 for William Eklund. I'm a big William Eklund guy now that we got Victor on the island. I liked watching William last year. I think I just liked watching all the Sharks last year. They were a fun team to watch. I would have never expected that the Islanders would have been able to get Victor Eklund, but I love it. I'm so happy. Yeah, wow. It's a massive change of heart from Frank. Wow, I really thought we were going to see some excitement today.
Only single ingredients in this protein.
Sorry. Yep. Yeah, it's official. That deal is done. That's pretty nuts, dude. Yeah, I honestly thought he hated being in Vancouver, to be real. Let's see, how fast does Puckpedia really update these? Ooh, they're minus, yeah, they're spent to the cap here. They need a bounce back season from Pettersson. There's no ifs or buts about it, honestly. Remember when Pettersson was coming to the island for Noah Dobson? So, what, think about it now. What would you rather have? Noah Dobson for Elias Pettersson or Noah Dobson for Victor Eklund and Kashan Aichison? I mean, you really have to see what Pettersson looks like next season. I mean, he didn't make any improvements after JT Miller was traded away, so I don't know if he's going to look any better. That 11.6 maybe looking like way too much in a couple of years. Not even a couple of years, in a couple of months. So it's really disappointing Besser going back to Vancouver. I thought we were going to see some mix-up. I wanted to see him somewhere else. I always liked Besser, but just this year, the thought on the Islanders getting him, I kind of turned sour on. Just because I'm just not interested. Let's take a look into Brock Besser, though. I had him up before. 70 guy, scored 40 last year. Yeah, I mean, he's really only broken 70 points once in his career. I honestly thought this guy was more of a scorer, but it was always like, oh, next season, he's got it. Like, this season was an amazing year. Next season is breaking out. So, I mean, 7.25 for this is a little high, honestly. Really is. Good playoff production. Point per game player in the playoffs. I remember the rookie seasons with Barzal. Everyone was saying he should get the Calder over Barzal. Almost a 30-goal year, but we know who ended up with that. Mutual between Besser and the Islanders. Had he been leaving Vance, so Steph says, Steph said he was interested in coming to the island, but he wasn't going to get that 7.25, which I'm just so happy to hear that we weren't even offering that. We had the discussions, but maybe we came in at 6.5. I'm happy with that. This is a 6.5 guy, really. I mean, Dvorak signed for 4.5, and he's a 30-point guy. This is a 50, maybe a good season gets you 60-point guy, and he signed for 7.2. I feel like that would have taken us through the ringer in a couple of years. Like everyone talks about the Romanov deal, like, oh, that's going to get in the way of future signings. Like, no, a deal like that is going to get in the way of our future signings. I'm not worried about giving our 25-year-old D-man 6.25 for 8 years. I'm worried about that. Like everyone talks about the Romanov deal, like, oh, that's going to get in the way of future signings. Like, no, a deal like that is going to get in the way of our future signings. I'm not worried about giving our 25-year-old D-man 6.25 for 8 years. I'm worried about that. Yeah, so then why didn't he sign for 8 years? That's a funny thing, actually. Why didn't he sign that for 8 years? Year 1 of 7. But he had, or I guess if he hits UFA, can he not sign for an 8th year? Yeah, like that's what they're saying now. He could have signed for 8 years yesterday. There's no movements or anything on this either. Vancouver's not too high on him. I guess he wanted to stay. I thought he hated being in Vancouver, honestly. Yeah, like that's what they're saying now. He could have signed for 8 years yesterday. There's no movements or anything on this either. That's true. Vancouver's not too high on him. I guess he wanted to stay. I thought he hated being in Vancouver, honestly. Keep Quinn Hughes happy, I think. That's what it really is here. Yeah. Hello.
Hi. Sorry, I want to interrupt anything.
It's okay. No, I'm gonna eat in a few minutes. I'm pretty hungry.
Okay. Oh. Oh, hello.
No, I'm gonna eat in a few minutes. I'm pretty hungry. They do need a second line center. Sources say Joel Armia joining the Kings. Ken Holland thinks it's 2015. Corey Perry to LA. Uh-oh. I wonder how much that is for. It can't be more than like 2 or 3 million. He fits in down there too. Need exact details on that though. On both of them. Yeah. Locking up Logan Stankoven for 22 to 29 at 6 million is amazing value. Corey Perry to LA. There's no confirmation on that yet. And Joel Armia to LA. There's also no confirmation on that yet either. One of them could potentially be not happening. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them isn't true if they're signing. Two bottom line wingers at the same exact time. Wouldn't make too much sense. two bottom line right wingers at the same time. Someone's lying. Frank or Elliott is lying. We're just not sauced up. I would imagine Frank's off on it. Elliott's a straight shooter. Two bottom line right wingers at the same time. Unless they do sign both. I don't think it would be good for him though. Not sauced up. I would imagine Frank's off on it. Elliott's a straight shooter. Islanders in the Shabanov sweepstakes. Is Shabanov really, like, what is he compared to Siplikov? That's the only thing. I didn't do any deep diving into Shabanov yet, because we did this last year with Siplikov. Siplikov's good, he's fine, but Maxim Shabanov. And we could say whatever, like Siplikov. Yeah, Siplikov had the same sort of trajectory, and I mean, he had 67 and 65 this past year in the KHL, which is good. Constant improvement every year too. But I don't know. Like we learned this from a guy Siplikov. Siplikov's great, but he's no more than a third line player. I think we're looking at the same thing as Shabanov here. I forget who was the big one years back when Vegas landed Nikita Gusev. It was a huge thing that Vegas landed Nikita Gusev. Or was it oh, it's the Devils, okay. He wasn't on Vegas? He wasn't on Vegas at all? Tripping then. Oops. He had to have been on Vegas at some point. I saw him in a Golden Knights jersey. 100%. But yeah. Wait, not nearly as good in the K, I guess. I mean, 71 and 57. Yeah, no, better numbers than Shabanov. And look what he turned into. I mean, a 44 and 66 guy, and then like nothing panned out after that. I don't want to go too deep into these Russian free agents. We did it. I like Sip, but I don't need another one now. Don't think we do. And there's nothing against Siplikov here either. I don't need another one. Because now 35 in 77 games. Like now we're just sitting here hoping he turns into something, where he might just be a third line guy for us. Which is fine. He's an RFA now too. We don't even know if we're keeping him, but. I have hopes for him. I guess. I mean, Shabanov is definitely has the better number. Damn, it just crashed. I don't need another one. Because now 35 in 77 games. Like now we're just sitting here hoping he turns into where he might just be a third line guy. Is Puckpedia crashing? What the fuck is going on? Oh, Ledecky ended up showing up afterwards. Met him last week at the draft party. Okay, let's get this. Yeah, so it is confirmed Corey Perry's going to the Kings. But do we have confirmation on Armia? So that could be the odd one out right now. He ended up showing up afterwards. That's true. The Edmonton Oilers are actually getting worse. There's no goalie market for them. Now they lose Corey Perry now too, who was a big part of their playoffs. Like he had a huge role in this last cup run. Yeah, so it is confirmed Corey Perry's going to the Kings. But do we have confirmation on Armia? So that could be the odd one out right now. That's true. The Edmonton Oilers are actually getting worse. There's no goalie market for them. Now they lose Corey Perry now too, who was a big part of their playoffs. Like he had a huge role in this last cup run. Gavrikov, 7x7. To the Rangers. Who guessed it? Hammer them with tampering charges. As if we didn't know that he was going to the Rangers for the past 4 months. So Yoel Embiid is definitely going to LA. No, they said not sure on it. So yeah, I think Frank was wrong there. Yeah, the 7x7 is definitely lighter than what was expected of it. I expect Miller to be gone too. I don't think bringing in Gavrikov to this lineup does much for him. Connor Brown. Um, he was pitched a 3-by-4 by New Jersey. We'll have to see where that goes. I liked Connor Brown. I kind of wanted him to slide in for our depth. The Rangers weren't organized, but they were organized in their group effort to give up on their own team and fans. What was expected of it? So Flyers, Mammoth, Rangers, and Islanders are all in on Shabanov. I don't like it, but it's just like a 1-year contract we'd be giving him, so also don't hate it. Connor Brown. 3.5 for Corey Perry for a year. I like Connor Brown. I kind of wanted him to slide in for our depth. The Rangers weren't organized, but they were organized in their group effort to give up on their own. Flyers, Mammoth, Rangers, and Islanders are all in on Shabanov. I don't like it, but it's just like a 1-year contract we'd be giving him, so also don't hate it. $3.5 for Corey Perry for a year. Very okay with the Islanders passing on Brock. $5.4. I was backwards on it. Fuck. We got LA. See if they have it, Corey Perry up there yet. No, but they have Armia up. So yeah, LA really just did sign two bottom six wingers in the same minute. See if they have it, Corey Perry up there yet. No, but they have Armia up. So yeah, LA really just did sign two bottom six wingers in the same minute.
Jack Daniels starts here. From pure cane spring water to the fires that create the sugar maple charcoal, where every drop is mellowed until it's smooth Tennessee whiskey. A whiskey we all know by name. Made by those who pour everything into
Is AAV not announced yet?
for those who drink it all over the world. And that's what makes Jack, Jack.
2-year deal. Janelle, 5. Oh, I would have liked this for the Islanders. Janelle, 5 years, $3.4 million to Boston. I definitely would have liked that for the Islanders. 5 years too. Not bad. I mean, maybe you want him on a little bit less. A little bit less term or salary, so I'm alright with that. I definitely would have liked that for the Islanders. 5 years too. Not bad. Maybe you want him on a little bit less.
I love your place.
Steph just said it as I was saying it. The Darsh connection was there with Janelle, but
What's this?
not this year.
You keep dog food in your
Ooh.
fridge?
The Canes have acquired Keandre Miller.
That you feed your dog. So it's dog food.
That's interesting. Wonder what's going back to New Jersey or to the Rangers. And now is Connor Brown inked or is he Yeah. Connor Brown's inked for $3 million for 4 years in New Jersey. Don't mind that either. Would have liked that. On the Islanders as well. But I think Darsh is sticking to a good theme of just standing pat. These guys are getting a little bit too high of contracts, and he's not overpaying anyone right now. So I like it. Eight signings in the first hour. Yeah, so Miller's going to the Rangers. I'd like to see what type of contract that is for him, because he's an RFA, so he needs to sign this offseason. Connor Brown was a good depth option for the Islanders too. I wouldn't have hated that. Scores playoff goals. I really want to see Beauvillier here. I want to see Beauvillier on the Islanders by the end of the day. Yeah, Edmonton is getting rinsed today. No one is staying. I really want to see Beauvillier here. I want to see Beauvillier on the Islanders by the end of the day. They moved out Arvidsson. I mean, I guess they're getting cap space, but They are absolutely rinsed. And Edmonton is getting rinsed today. No one is staying. They moved out Arvidsson. I mean, I guess they're getting cap space, but they are absolutely Shabanov. Philly's the front runner. Don't want him. Yeah, a lot of these deals are making JGP's money look pretty good. John Gabriel Fajo contract looks like a steal today, which is to be expected. Everyone's getting a raise today. Everyone's going up. But I mean, for a while I was on that. I was on it too. That he made too much money, but 5 million versus some of the deals that went out today. Christian Dvorak 5.4. Even Tanner Janot at 3.4. Like that's a steal for Pedro. Kuzmenko at 4.3. It's only 1 year, but still. Has a lot of value around the league. He's gonna be an amazing trade chip for us at the deadline. Yeah, a lot of these deals are making JGP's money look pretty good. John Gabriel Fajo contract looks like a steal today, which is to be expected. Everyone's getting a raise today. Everyone's going up. But I mean, for a while I was on that. I was on it too. That he made too much money, but Martin Ferrari, 5 million versus some of the deals that went out today. 7 years. 5.4. Even Tanner just 6 mil. Like that's a steal for Pedro. Kuzmenko at 4.3. It's only 1 year, but still. So that's a lot of money for him. That's a lot of money for him. Ferrari 6 mil. He's gonna be an amazing trade chip for us at the deadline. That's a whole lot of money for him. Everyone wants to say that Romanov got overpaid, but we're gonna look at a guy like Ferrari getting 6 million and not say anything, or even a guy like Sandberg who's got to get re-signed soon by Winnipeg and he's on the chopping block for 6 million too. Taking Romanov over that any day. 7 years. 6 mil. That's a lot of money for him. That's a lot of money for him. Ferrari 6 mil. Yeah, this might be one of the most boring free agencies of all time. That's a whole lot of money for him. Everyone wants to say that. Apparently, there's something coming though. But we're gonna look at a guy like Ferrari getting 6 million and not say anything, or even a guy like Sandberg who's got to get re-signed soon by Winnipeg and he's on the chopping block for 6 million too. Romanov over that any day. Would have liked Janelle on the Islanders. Would have liked that. But not a 3.4 for 5 years. Yeah, 5 years is a lot for him. Would have liked Janelle on the Islanders. Would have liked that. But not a 3.4 now. He's Cleveland. Yeah, 5 years is a lot. How many minutes does he play? They're really hating on him right now. "41 points with Nashville, but that was really it." Yeah, I mean, just a tough guy, but he could be happy he's going somewhere else. They're ripping Janelle apart on TSN right now. How many minutes does he play? They're really hating on him right now. Yeah, I mean, just a tough guy, but could be happy he's going somewhere else. Ripping Janelle apart on TSN right now. Cal Rich. Some great seasons in juniors the past couple of years. He's got nothing. Apparently something big's coming from the Islanders, so just saw it a couple of times on Twitter.
Get live expert assistance to maximize your tax savings. Get back to doing what you love. Manage and grow your business all in one place. Intuit QuickBooks, your way to money.
Jack Daniels starts here. From pure cave spring water to the fires that create the sugar maple charcoal, where every drop is mellowed until it's smooth Tennessee whiskey.
It's something going on. Is it Ehlers? Did they pull the trigger on Ehlers? Did they overpay him?
Those who drink it all over the world. That's what makes Jack, Jack.
Apparently something big's coming from the Islanders, so just saw it a couple of times on Twitter.
Today we went to the beach and it was
Dude, Eisenman must have went bar down like 5 times today. Sick. Dobson wearing 53. The Canadians. He will probably be more than a minus 53 on the whole season. That's fucked hard. Fuck Noah Dobson. Is it Ehlers? Did they pull the trigger on Ehlers? Did they overpay him?
Feeling Claritin Clear is like
So let's see. Out of the free agents left, who do we want here? I don't know. I said it a bunch of times yesterday. I don't think we want anyone. Too much money getting passed around today. Too much term getting passed around today. 5 times today. Dobson wearing 53. Dude, keeps crashing. He will probably be more than a minus 53 on the whole. Is that just everybody updating it? Is that a possibility? I just want to see who's left. So Granlund, Ehlers, Suter. Danov's not getting signed anywhere. This has to get updated though. I guess it's not officially announced that Perry's in LA. I wouldn't mind Victor Olofsson for a depth scoring spot on the Islanders, but I don't know if we need more depth scorers. I think we need more like depth tough guys to play against. Andrew Mangiapane, I really wouldn't mind at all. I would kind of like to see him come over here. I just wonder what his ask is gonna be. Not bad. He gets you 30 to 40 points. Get him here for like 2 to 3 years. He's making 5 though. He can't sign for. Nah, never mind. If he's gonna want to raise from 5.8, that's not worth it whatsoever. You have to see that it's not worth it, especially for the Islanders right now. I want to get somebody at like max 4. I think that's the most we should spend today. I would give Bouvillier like. Keeps crashing. Fucking annoying. I guess it's not officially announced that Perry's Victor Olofsson. You could probably get Bouvillier for like $2 million. 2.5 I'm good with. Played great in the playoffs for the Capitals, honestly. I stand on that. Andrew Mangiapane, I really wouldn't mind at all. And always played great for us. For the Islanders in the playoffs too. Consistent playoff performer. This is who I want coming back. I think this is the only deal I'd be okay with them making today. They go for some. If they go for Ehlers, it's gonna be bad. He could go like 9.1. That's Barzal money we'd be giving him. Mason Appleton. I don't want to see him get a center though. I want to see him run. The 4 centers next year: Barzal, Horvat, Richie, Peugeot. I think we should run those. Richie, keep 3rd to 4th line minutes. And I want to see Barzal back down the middle of the ice. He creates plays in the middle of the ice. He works well with Bo, but I think he could work well with any other scorers too. And keep him in the middle of the ice. That's where he creates from. He drives down the middle of the ice. Great at moving the puck from below the goal line to the other goal line. And he also took massive defensive steps last season. His underlying defensive analytics were some of the best in the league if you put him for a 60-game pace or an 82-game pace. You could probably get Bouvillier for like $2 million. 2.5 I'm good with. Played great in the playoffs for the Capitals, honestly. I stand on that. And always played great for us. For the Islanders in the playoffs too. Consistent playoff performer. Anyone else? I mean, no, they're not going after Perbix anymore if they're signing. D'Angelo, which I like better. Perbix really fits in with like your Scott Mayfield and your Ryan Pulock already. After losing Noah Dobson, we need someone who's gonna move the puck up through the neutral zone really fast, and Tony DeAngelo does that. He's very good at that. He showed it many times throughout the past season. Good hockey. No other team is gonna want him just because of all the outside stuff, but on ice stuff, good hockey. Could get better in his defensive zone, but all defenders really could, so I'm taking it. He works well with Bo, but I think he could work well with any other scorers too. Ryan Lindgren to Seattle. That's where he creates from. He drives down the middle of the ice. Great at moving the puck from below the goal line to the other goal line. And he also took massive defensive steps last season. His underlying defensive analytics were some of the best in the league. 2 second rounders for Keandre Miller to the Hurricanes. Perbix anymore if they're signing D'Angelo.
We were talking about that before.
Perbix really fits in with like your Scott Mayfield and your Ryan Pulock already. After losing Noah Dobson, we need someone who's gonna move the puck up through the neutral zone really fast. And Tony DeAngelo does that. He's very good at that. He's shown it many times throughout the past season. Good hockey. No other team is going to want him just because of all the outside stuff, but on ice stuff, good hockey. Could get better in his defensive really good, so I'm taking it. Oh, I have Dvorak down as a winger. I think that's what Puckpedia had him down as, but they have him up as a center, which definitely makes more sense to me. Or I always figured you could play both. 2 second rounders for Keandre Miller to the Hurricanes. Hi.
Oh, hello.
Thanks. Yeah. They're just covering all the signings and everything. Oh, I have Dvorak down as a winger. I think that's what Oh, you are. Media had him down as, but they have him up as. Put the thumbs up if you have a YouTube account,
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
and just subscribe to it.
Did you see me do it?
Subscribe.
I just subscribed.
Yeah. Listen to the volume and just make sure it doesn't sound bad. And just subscribe. Subscribe. Does it say, yeah, but I can't hear it from there. Like, yeah. No, I'm asking you.
Oh, this is it all the way up.
Listen to the volume.
This young client asked me to do her nails.
That's all the way up.
Yes, that's fine. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
This young client asked me to do her nails.
I'll turn it down a little bit though, so it's good.
Yeah, on that, yeah. I need a better mic. Yeah, on that, yeah. I need a better mic. Yeah, so I undersigned David Riddich,
Ooh, who's that?
goalie,
Ooh.
backup goalie,
Backup goalie. Where did he come from?
LA.
Oh.
Not the biggest news of the day, but
Okay. Something. So did they trade him for anything, or he was just because?
no, he's a free agent.
They could just choose. They said, okay.
Yeah, which kind of makes Varley expendable.
Oh really?
Yeah, Varlamov.
Is he still with the Islanders?
Yeah, he's a backup goalie. But it also, like, Varlamov's hurt, so he might not be good for the start of the season. So that could also be why they're doing it too. Which kind of makes Varley expendable. Yeah, Varlamov. Yeah, he's a backup goalie. But it also, like, Varlamov's hurt, so he might not be good for the start of the season. So that could also be why they're doing it too. Yeah, picking him up probably means that Varley's not going to be ready for this upcoming season. To see, I also just think I don't mind bringing in another backup because Varley was not good at when he did play last season. He was not good at all. So bringing someone in gives a little bit of reassurance there. It's just a 1-year deal though, so it's not bad. I also just think I don't mind bringing in another backup because Varley was not good at when he did play last season. He was not good at all. So bringing someone in gives a little bit of reassurance there. It's just a 1-year deal though, so it's not bad. Yeah, and also looking at all these contracts, the Palmieri contract looks really good right now. Kuzmenko getting 4.3 and Palmieri at 4.7. I mean, at least Palmieri plays on the defensive zone of the ice. Kuzmenko does not even know what that looks like. And Dvorak making more than Palmieri. Yeah. And a lot of people complained about this deal too at first. The only thing that sucks about it is the no move clauses, which is fine. I think you could trade him to half of the league at the back half of it. Yeah. So not this upcoming season, but 26-27, he's gonna be almost 36, but tradable to a contender. You never know what the market's gonna look like from there, but first or second rounder. But yeah, everyone was all up in arms in that, and then you see the money getting handed out today. This is a steal. This is a good contract, so I'm fine with it now. If he gives you another season like this, you get 50 points for 4.7. Philly will be lucky to get 40 points out of Dvorak's 5.1. So I think that's some good business. Philly will be lucky to get 40 points out of Dvorak's 5.1. So I think that's some good business. I mean, we don't need a right-hand D anymore, but Shabanov or a depth forward is definitely the two options for today. And I really want to see Beauvillier come back. I think that's the only, yeah, like I said before, I think that's the only guy I'm really interested in. Roslovic would be nice, but we don't need a center. Like, yeah, Olofsson. I mean, I like Bouvillier's game better than Olofsson, honestly. Olofsson is a journeyman at this point. You don't know what he's going to give you next season with this, though. And what is he going to want? 6 or 5.5? I don't think so. I would stay away from. Oh no, it's previous cap hit. Okay, he signed a one year with Vegas. I mean, if you're looking at if him and Bouvillier are going for the same money, I want Bouvillier. 30 points on the Knights last season, but yeah. Appleton don't need a center. Yeah, there's really nobody else that I would want to see them go all in on. Appleton don't need a center. Yeah, there's really nobody else that I would want to see them go all in on. Could be something between Isles and Ethan Bear. Yeah, I mean, if they're getting Ethan Bear, righty, I'm gonna assume. I definitely trust that they're testing the market on Mayfield, which wouldn't be a terrible thing to move off of. You could get Mayfield for less money and lower term, or Mayfield's play for less money and lower term. Ethan Bear. Where did he play? Hershey? He's been all over too. I know he played in Edmonton for a little bit, then he's on Vancouver. Yeah, I mean, if you yeah, like what are you gonna pay this guy? I can never find players on Puckpedia. I always have a rough time. Yeah, like, why? Yeah, like what are you gonna pay this guy? I can never find players on Puckpedia. I always have a rough time.
Get live expert assistance to maximize your tax savings.
It's so weird to find players on here. I just don't know if I'm looking in the wrong spot. But I could look up. And why did I? It doesn't even make sense. Ethan Bear. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I mean, if you don't pay this guy more than $1 million, and he's a right shot. Wouldn't hate it, but I also don't think it's something that we necessarily need. We have 3 right-handed D-men. We just signed Tony DeAngelo today. Would prefer a depth guy. See where that goes. Wouldn't hate it, but I also don't think it's something that we necessarily need. We have 3 right-handed D-men. We just signed Tony DeAngelo today. Bowen Byron probably on the move today. Calgary, Vegas, LA, St. Louis. See where that goes. Canes, Caps, and Lightning are all talking to Nikolai Ehlers today. Bowen Byron probably on the move today. Calgary, Vegas, LA, St. Louis. Canes, Caps, and Lightning are all talking to. Oh, so Ethan Bear's already added to the Islanders roster. So, yeah. Nothing announced yet, but it's looking like the Islanders just signed Ethan Bear to a contract. He's added to their roster on Puckpedia. If this is true, could potentially see Scott Mayfield moving today or in the near future. Don't know how I feel about it yet. Nothing announced yet, but it's looking like the Islanders just signed Ethan Bear to a contract. He's added to is true. Could potentially see Scott Mayfield moving today or in the near future. Don't know how I feel about it yet. Need more details on this. Bukestad signed with the Blues. 3.5, 1.75, same term as, or same salary as D'Angelo. Need more details on this. Bukestad signed with the Blues. 3.5, 1.75, same term as, or same salary as D'Angelo. Seven, yeah, 775. All right, that's a done deal. I never minded this guy in Edmonton, or in Vancouver, but also there's nothing special here. I mean, he's just gonna continue to play in Hershey. There has to be something else happening here today for the Islanders to do this. Yeah, let's see. Never minded this guy in Edmonton, or in Vancouver, but also there has to be some sort of other plan here. I mean, unless he's just gonna play in the AHL, but then do we need another defenseman to play in the AHL? I think we have a good amount of them, Darsh. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it if we see Mayfield on the way out. See Mayfield on the way out. We have Bachvis here who could play on the right side. D'Angelo could play on the right side. Now we have Bear who could play on the right side. But we also have to think about Schaefer and George possibly making the team out of camp. So we're going to see surgery prepared on this defense, I think, today. Pulak, Pellick, and Mayfield, I guess they got to start counting their days. He's not going to move Bogfist. He just signed him. He wouldn't have went through with the contract if he was just going to trade him a month later. I don't know. We're going to have to see something change in this defense, especially if they're gearing up Shafes and George to make the team out of camp. Which I don't see why George wouldn't make I don't see why either of them wouldn't make the team out of camp. I use George as an extra. Maybe you don't use Schaefer every single game, but they're gonna want to get him game time. They're not just gonna sit him in the press box. If they were gonna do that, then they're gonna send him back to junior. Which I don't see why George wouldn't make I don't see why either of them wouldn't make the team out of camp. I use George as an extra. Maybe you don't use Schaefer every single game, but they're gonna want to get him game time. They're not just gonna sit him in the press box. If they were gonna do that, then they're gonna send him back to junior. Talking about offer sheet targets, it would be Will Cooley. Will Cooley. Who else is a big RFA? I forget. Will Cooley, Rossi, Holmstrom is now a target for an offer sheet, which is scary. I think they got to get that done soon. Luke Hughes. There's a lot of RFAs right now. Velarde, watch out for that. An RFA. Will Cooley, it's been talked about. Will Cooley, Rossi, Holmstrom is now a target for. And yeah, the Islanders got to sign Holmstrom and Heineman. There's a lot of RFAs right now. And Gatcomb. Velarde, watch out for that. Yeah, if you just start doing some internal math, we're not getting all of these guys back and signing a big name. I don't even know if we see Sipakov get signed back, but still. Holmstrom, Heineman are two that definitely are going to be signed. Yeah, if you just start doing some internal math, then if you want to look at that, like, what does that really leave us with here? I don't even know if we see Sipkov get signed back, but still. Holmstrom, Heineman are two that definitely are going to be signed. Then if you want to look at that, like, what does that really leave us with here? Scott Perunovich signed in Utah. Good for him. Anything on this? Yeah, Perunovich signed in Utah, 775. Good for him. Anything on this? Yeah, Perunovich signed in Utah, 775. Oh, Barzal was Ethan Bear's best man. The guy that they signed, Barzal was his best man at his wedding.
Aw, that is so cute.
That's probably one of the reasons they bring him back. He'll play minor leagues and then. Barzal was Ethan Bear's best man. The guy that they signed, Barzal was his best man at his wedding. That's probably one of the reasons they bring him back. He'll play minor leagues and then. No, over 6 million? Vegas is over 6 million? What are they gonna do here? The LTIR, Petrangelo, he's not playing hockey again. No, over 6 million. I mean, I might win the fucking cup next year, honestly. This is a scary team. Some to be desired on defense, but I guess that's why they brought Lozana in the other day. Yeah, I was looking at Utah. I was gonna put money on them to make the playoffs, and I guess everyone had the same idea. They're like minus 130 for the playoffs, which is pretty crazy. Give me a good team. I would put Paterka sliding in there too. Bottom pair could use some help. I guess that's why they got Peruvic in. But bottom pair could use some help. I guess that's why they got Peruvic in. Sounds like it's down to just Islanders and Rangers for Shabanov. They could have them. Go waste money on someone else. We did our Russian UFA project last year with Sipakov. I don't want to do another one with Shabanov. Islanders and Rangers for Shabanov. They could have them. Go waste money on someone else. We did our Russian UFA project last year with Sipakov. I don't want to do another one with Shabanov. At least not like last year that I'm sitting here hopeful that the Islanders land someone. I'm really not that hopeful that the Islanders get anything done today. Besides like depth pieces. Last year I was sitting here waiting for something and all we get is Duclair. I was happy about that until we see what happened this past season. Really not that hopeful that the Islanders get anything done today. Besides like depth pieces. Oh, he's got no move clauses too. Last year I was sitting here waiting for something and all we get is Duclair. Happy about that until we see what happened this past season. Oh, he's got no move clauses too. How old is David Rittich? I remember when he was doing good for LA, he was really old. I mean, it's just 1 year, 1992. Yeah. I mean, goalies definitely play until they're older. They have him for the next 3 years. I know we only signed him for the 1 year. Not terrible. 921 back in 23-24. Carries decent workload. I'll have to see. I mean, he could probably give you better numbers than Varley. Varley is horrible last season. And he's much older too, so I guess is a good backup replacement. Yeah, Varley had an 889. I mean, Rittich wasn't much better, 887. All those games for Varley too. So I guess is a good backup replacement. Varley had an 889. I mean, Rittich wasn't much better, 887. All those games for Varley too. Brandon Tanev, 3 years, 2.5. Utah. I don't think I have him on the board. It wasn't that interesting to me. Brandon Tanev, 3 years, 2.5. Utah. I want to see Granlund sign somewhere. Druin left, Bouvillier left up there, Olofsson, Mangiapane, Rosovic, Gaudet, Schmidt. I want to see Granlund sign somewhere. Jason Reesek, Brent Burns, Jeff Skinner, Gustav Nyquist, Dmitry Orlov, Tanner Radish, Tanner Pearson, Cody Ceci, Mason Appleton, Lars Eller, Nate Schmidt, Perbix, Nicholas Perbix. All players that could be going somewhere. Tanner Pearson, Cody Ceci, Mason Appleton, Lars Eller, Nate Schmidt, Perbix, Nicholas Perbix. All players that could be going somewhere. I don't think Crosby's going anywhere. Something's going on with the Islanders. I don't think Crosby's going anywhere. Sounds like, do we get Shabanov? Something's going on with the Islanders. Shabanov? Sounds like, do we get Shabanov? Shabanov? Yeah, Isaiah George asked this morning about left or right side. He said he doesn't care. He's more comfortable on the right side than left side. Obviously, he said that before the D'Angelo and Bear signings, but I mean that's kind of what I was alluding to yesterday too, and while also saying that it's really left and right really doesn't matter. These guys can play either side, and especially if they're comfortable at it and they're good at it, why wouldn't we do it? So I really think Mayfield may find his way out off the team today. Would be nice. Merrick brought it up a couple of days ago. Talked about it a little bit today too. So it's definitely a possibility that they're shopping him around. But they would have to probably give something up for someone to take him on. You know, I have to add in a sweetener there. And also have to get him to waive his no trade clause too. Next year it becomes modified. So it's like 16 teams next year that you could trade him to. Keeps crashing. Also have to get him to waive his no trade clause too. Next year it becomes modified. So it's like 16 teams next year that you could trade him to. Islanders have made a signing to a long-term deal. Who? Yeah, apparently there's something breaking soon with the Islanders, so you're gonna stay on here for a little bit longer until that comes out. Could it be Holmstrom that they just signed to a deal? I would love that. Give the guy a long-term deal, please. Give him 8 years. Yeah, apparently there's something breaking soon with the Islanders, so you're gonna stay on here for a little bit longer until that comes out. Definitely more likely that or definitely like more open to giving Ehlers a big contract than I was to Besser, but I still want to see them stay away from it. So I hope that this isn't what's about to break, that we sign Besser to like a 9 mil by 8 or something like that, or you know, just don't want to see that. Definitely more likely that or definitely like more open to giving Ehlers a big contract than I was to Besser, but I still want to see them stay away from it. So I hope that this isn't what's about to break, that we sign Besser to like a 9 mil by 8 or you know, just don't want to see that. Rich deal coming in around 1 million. I haven't updated anything here. Deal coming in around 1 million. I haven't updated anything here. Ooh. Kings looking for a top 4 D-man, possibly looking to shop Turcotte and Akil Thomas. I don't think Scott Mayfield is a top 4 D-man to give them for Turcotte and Thomas. These guys aren't really players either. Turcotte is like just barely turning into one now, and who knows? 23 points in 65 games, and maybe he keeps getting better. But it has been a while for this guy. 2019, 24, and he's just the first 20-point season last year. Not good signs, but a step in the right direction. And then Akil Thomas, I think, even worse, a year older. I mean, he didn't have like the potential, the trajectory that Turcotte did, but yeah. I'd probably just rather keep Scott Mayfield. 23 points in 65 games, and maybe he keeps getting better. But it has been a while for this guy. 2019, 24, and he's just the first 20-point season last year. Not good signs, but a step in the right direction. And then Akil Thomas, I think, just like you're older. I mean, he didn't have like the potential or trajectory that Turcotte did, but yeah, I'd probably just rather keep Scott Mayfield.
Yeah, nice depth signing for them in Sammy Blais, who's actually off to a pretty good story. Spent last year meeting Red Crawford in Abbotsford, Vancouver's farm team. Obviously, got a call to come there. He gets a one-way deal from Habs at league minimum $775,000. But this is a team, remember, that's lost some depth forwards. Christian Dvorak from Philadelphia. You'll have Armia going to LA, and Michael Pezzetta signed in Toronto today. So they're turning things over on the bottom of the roster before Blais gets an opportunity to go back to Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's coming back from a very serious knee injury he suffered in New York. Went back to St. Louis. He's been building since then, so hopefully getting his career back where it was when he's playing with the Rangers. And Bono has been signed.
Yeah, only Lixel, so adding organizational depth because this is a one-year, two-way deal. $775,000 at the NHL level, 450,000 in the American League, but 500,000 guaranteed. So just adding a piece.
Played for the Flyers last year. All right, there's the latest news.
All right, thank you guys. Well, you do know it's Canada Day, and whether you're cottaging or out on the golf course like Aaron Ekblad was, maybe you're just coming in and joining us here 2 hours into the free agent period in a relatively quiet lockout. Might be the case with you on day show and everything that has gone on, and the players still have their TSA and Brett Corrado.
Alrighty, Frankie, we are looking at forwards again. 3 of the top 5 off the board, and then there's our 2
This is a good thing to keep updating Puckpedia here. See if they're adding anyone in. Yeah, so that's the salary cap after the Rittich deal, I'd assume. Yeah, he's on at $1 million. So I assume, yeah, I guess they're definitely not signing Mike Riley, which is fine with me. This is a good thing to keep updating Puckpedia here. If they're adding anyone in. Yeah, so that's the salary cap after the Rittich deal, I'd assume. Yeah, he's on at $1 million. So I assume, yeah, I guess they're definitely not signing Mike Riley, which is fine with me.
Speaking of it, we've got another 30-year-old left winger in Jonathan Drouin on the list. What do you think about him?
Okay, Jonathan Drouin's an interesting one because if you look at his numbers this season, he spent some time hurt, but he was really productive. 37 points, 49 goals. My fear with Jonathan Drouin is always going to be how much term are you willing to attach to this type of player? He's kind of proved himself a little bit here in Colorado the last couple of seasons. You know, for me, if Colorado would have you back, why not stay there? You know, Jonathan Drouin can go on to mess with Cappy at times, but maybe Colorado's in one of those situations where they just can't afford to
And
have him back.
Druin was good in Colorado, too.
And where he might be a good fit, there's a number of teams that can always use a skilled player. Someone who can make plays when they cut, but the thing you're always going to be weary of is just how much term do you have to attach to a player like Jonathan Drouin. But he has earned a higher AAV than the $2.5 million he is currently coming off of.
Yeah, well, listen, Jonathan Drouin had 0.86 points per game last season. It was second best on Colorado.
All right, thank you, gang. Looking down here, I had a note from Viewer also
Just look at the roster one more time. Probably gonna end it now. Just give one more big look at it. No update on SIP or on Holmstrom. Hopefully Holmstrom gets something soon. And hopefully we still target Beauvillier. Besides that, it kind of sucks that some of the bigger names didn't sign right away. We see it most of the time. Some big names sign right away. Well, I guess Besser signing was good. But yeah, if you stop by, just thank you for checking it out. Be back soon on here, talking Islanders again eventually, and yeah.